Have you ever looked in the mirror and just felt frustrated? You know that feeling, where your face seems puffier than usual, but you just can't put your finger on why.
It usually boils down to this one simple question, doesn't it? Why does my face look puffy? It's a thought that sends millions of us down in internet rabbit holes searching for answers. Well, today, we're going to do more than just ask the question. We're going to dive into the science to find a real one.
But first things first, before we get to what actually works, we have to talk about what doesn't. This is what I call the mirror myth. All those common fixes people try that honestly just don't hold up to science.
And this right here is the biggest myth of them all. On one side, you got this idea that you can do a bunch of face exercises to spot reduce fat from your cheeks or jawline. But the scientific truth? It's much simpler. A leaner face comes from overall body fat reduction, period.
So let's be really clear. Those facial yoga routines or jaw exercises aren't totally useless. They can definitely strengthen the muscles underneath the fat. But, and this is the key, they do absolutely nothing to melt the layer of fat that sits on top. And that, right there, is the distinction that changes everything.
So if you can't target your face, then how in the world does fat loss actually work? Well, to get that, we need to understand the body's master control panel. We need to talk about your body's fat switch.
Just think about it like this. Your body's fat stores are all connected to one big central power grid. You can't just flip a single switch for your face and expect the rest of the house to stay dark. When your body needs to burn energy, it draws power from the entire grid all at once.
And this brings us to a really crucial scientific principle, systemic fat loss. It means when you're burning more calories than you eat, your body pulls fat for fuel from all over. Where it starts, your face, your stomach, your arms, that's all decided by your genetics and hormones. It has zero to do with which muscles you're working out that day.
Okay, so we've busted the myth. We get the science, that's great. But what do we actually do about it? Let's get into a real actionable plan. Let's talk about the 4-point system.
Now this is the actual roadmap. It's not some magic trick, it's a holistic system. The 4 pillars are mastering your diet, optimizing your sleep, controlling your stress, and of course, staying hydrated. So how do they all fit together? Let's start with diet. Yeah, we all know that less sugar and more whole foods is good for fat loss, but here's the specific game changer for that puffy look. Salt. See, when you eat too much salt, your body holds onto water to keep things in balance, and a lot of that water ends up right in your face. It's kind of crazy, but just cutting back on salty processed stuff can make a visible difference, fast. Next up are sleep and stress. Think of these two as a tag team, and their knockout punch is a hormone called cortisol. It's your body's alarm system. When you're not sleeping enough or you're always stressed out, that alarm is basically blaring 24/7. And when cortisol is high, it tells your body to do 2 things you really don't want: store more fat and hold on to more water. And guess one of the first places that shows up? Yep, your face. And that leads us right to hydration, in a fascinating little paradox. You'd think, okay, to look less puffy, I should probably drink less water, right? Makes sense. But your body does the exact opposite. If it thinks it's getting dehydrated, it freaks out and goes into survival mode, holding on to every last drop. That's water retention. The secret is to drink plenty of water consistently. That tells your body, hey, we're good, there's more coming, and it finally lets go of all that excess fluid. Now, with all this info, we've got to set the right expectations. It's so important to understand the difference between what looks like a fast fix and what constitutes real, lasting change.
Okay, so anything that promises you a leaner face overnight, it's almost always just about dropping water weight. Sure, the change can look instant, but it's totally temporary and honestly a little deceiving. Real fat loss? Well, that's different. It's gradual, it takes patience, but the results, they're permanent, they're real. So, when we zoom out and look at the big picture, what's the ultimate takeaway here? What's the one idea that's going to actually move the needle for you? Let's talk about your sustainable solution.
It all comes down to this single, powerful idea. There is no shortcut, but there is a system. The whole key is to stop looking for that one magic pill or secret exercise. Instead, you have to embrace the fact that a consistent, science-backed system is the only thing that's ever going to truly work. And that system, well, it's in your hands now. It's not a secret anymore. So the only question left is, looking at everything we've covered, diet, sleep, stress, hydration, what's the very first small step you're going to take in your new system?